and he was super pale and his eyes were rolling at the back of his head like that. And I'm over there and I'm just in shock and I'm like, what just happened? Hello and welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, hi. My name is Melanie Luna Diaz and I am a dental assistant. And I think that's all for my intro, but honestly I can't really remember because it's been a long time since I've been here. This is just sort of get ready with me, and then I'm just kind of here to tell you why I've been gone and kind of really the struggles that I've been going through. And I know I always post videos about wanting to quit my job and it's not funny. I've been gone, here to tell you why, and if you care to get ready with me, then stick around. If not, then I totally understand because I pretty much ghosted everybody. Going ghost! I have been absent for many reasons. As many of you know, I am still going to school because I want to be a hygienist. Great, now it looks like I don't even have an upper lip. Last video, I left off saying that I'm really super happy where I am now, especially because I'm working with someone who I call my really close friend now. And it's hard for me to make friends. I'm sure some of you guys can relate because I'm trying to look for really good, godly relationships, you know, not just relationships that I can't share my beliefs in and we can't build each other up according to the Word of God. I'm very fortunate to have connected with her, but the office got extremely busy and we were coming in at like 7:30, leaving at 7 at night. It was very stressful because I literally was starting classes at the same time. And this was one of the hardest classes that I've taken thus far. I really hope this blends. But then this one just gave us so much homework and so many exams, and it was all proctored. I was just struggling to keep up with all the work, especially since his assignments were due legit on Wednesdays, which I prefer them to be due during the weekends so that I have time to do them and not have to do any homework while I'm doing, you know, my job. So the combination of us leaving super late and then me not having time to do my work, and I had to stay up, you know, many nights. I had to come home, get straight to work, and then not even finish, and then keep going the next day, and then finally turn in Wednesday, and then I had a break on Thursday, and then Friday would come, and then I would have to do my second class's homework, and it was just like all the time. It was something there. Some of you may know from my singing videos, but I also would sing at my grandparents' church, part of the worship team, and I enjoyed doing that. But it was super hard for me to do that too with my homework, my job, and I just had no time to practice. I had no time to search for new songs. This is not blending. I had no time to practice, so I had to give that up. And then, of course, you know, me and my husband, all we would do is do homework together because we were actually taking the same class. So all we would do is do homework together, and then it was just really straining on our relationship, like barely getting to spend quality time together because all the time we would either be doing homework or worrying about homework and worrying if we were going to get it done in time and planning out our days so that we would have time to do homework. And so, since work got busy, we were fortunate enough for our doctor to actually take us to something called EndoCon. For those of you who don't know what EndoCon, it's super fun, super bougie. What else? Super luxurious, super yummy. Most importantly, educational. It was very educational. It taught us a whole bunch of things like how to work better as a team, how to manage patients better. Basically, a real blessing to get to go there, especially with the team, because it really helped us bond. It allowed us to talk about things that would, you know, help us work better and what would make us, you know, be better and perform better. I left there thinking like everything is going to be good after this, because at EndoCon we're actually talking about adding another dental assistant. So instead of just me and my close friend, it was going to be another dental assistant, and that hopefully we would be able to get out earlier and rotate days so that we would be getting out earlier. And that was such a relief for me, because I'm like, yes, that'll really help me with my homework schedule, and it'll really help me with my relationship, my marriage, and it'll just help overall. Long story short, we got a new person, and she's really cool, really nice. We just have very different ways of working, and she actually used to be a manager, and she's coming down to being a dental assistant again. And the transition is hard. It's hard for anybody, I can imagine. Here I am, just kind of me trying to show her how we do things our way, me and Jen. Should I say her name? I'm gonna say her name. So me and my other dental assistant friend, I'll call her Jay. I'm close to a lot of people who are Jays. Coincidence?
I think not!
So me and Jay had a rhythm of doing things that we both love super, a lot. And we thought once this third person was going to come in, that it was just going to be the same system, but just with another person, and it was going to relieve a whole lot of workload away from us. On the contrary, things were not flowing as smoothly as we would all like, and there was a lot of stress. And that caused a lot of stress on me, because I was trying so hard to keep the system that me and Jay had. But it seemed like every time I was stressing about if things were going to go how they were planned. And I was stressing, and I was like, I don't even know when to take my lunch, because I don't even know if I have to take this patient. And I was stressing, and I was like, do I even have time to do my charting, because I'm going to have to do this patient, because I don't know if, they're going to do this patient. And so my mental health was not good at work. And I was just trying so hard to control things. On top of that, we started to alternate leaving early. Come to find out that nothing was set in stone, apparently. So really, when we were leaving early, that was causing a lot of problems, and we were getting in trouble for leaving early. My expectations of what having a third person would be were very different than how they were turning up to be. Really all came to a boiling point when I had an assignment due. I had actually my final due, but the test was due on the same day that the homework was due, believe it or not. I did my homework, and then I had to do the study guide, but I wasn't able to do my study guide because I wasn't able to leave early. The day of the exam, I was trying to finish the last procedure as fast as possible, clean up as fast as possible so that I could leave. On top of it already being late, and then me having to stay there for longer because of the meeting, and I was just very upset, because here I am stressing about my exam and then stressing about the meeting, because it felt like my ideas were all getting shut down, and I was just trying to make things more enjoyable at work, more easier, more flowy at work. I just kind of shut down emotionally. When I got into the car, I actually burst out crying. But in my mind, I was like, okay, Melanie, don't stress out too much, and you got to pay attention to the road right now, because you do not want to get on a crash on top of already having to do your study guide and your exam, and it's really late, and you're probably not even going to have time to eat, and you're probably going to have to fall asleep super, super late, and then you're going to have to wake up early in the morning because of traffic. The one thing that I have to do is focus on the road. So there I am. And the first light that I get to, it's a red light. I stop at the red light. And then a couple seconds later, I feel a jolt, like a bump on my back bumper. And I'm like, someone legit just hit me. And that was legit the breaking point. I started crying so much more. And I just felt like, why is this happening? Why am I so miserable? Man, I really need to fix everything that's happening here. I need to pray, and I need to ask God, what do I need to do in order to not feel like this? God talked to me on Sunday, because that sermon was literally for me. It was literally saying how we need to stop trying to control things and trust that God is going to take care of everything. We need to stop looking towards the future and just start focusing on the present. And that's what I've been doing. Like, every single minute that I would look at my phone, I would look at my calendar, and I would look at when things are due, and I would look at, what we had to do for a weekend. And I would look at all those things, like, every single second that I could, because that was just my anxiety. I would try to control who took what patients, and I would try to control, like, when they were supposed to take their lunches, when I was supposed to take my lunches. But God was talking to me, and he was saying, like, be still. And I actually have that verse on my wall. I said, God, if you want me to take every single procedure back to back, then I will. If you want me to get out late, then I will. So I said, okay, I'm gonna do my patients, and I'm going to take my lunch whenever I want, and I'm just gonna trust that God is going to have someone there to take the next patient, and I'm not going to dictate who takes who. I'm not going to dictate when they take their lunches. I'm just gonna let it all flow naturally and see how it works. I'm so glad that I did. Ever since I've let God take the wheel, things have been flowing much smoother. Everybody's got each other's backs. But to top it all, we've also been struggling with my husband's well-being. Some of you who follow my TikTok may have seen that Jesus, my husband, he actually developed seizures. Unfortunately, we go to get the vaccine, the booster vaccine. He gets his vaccine, everything's all good. It's my turn. He's sitting right next to me while I get mine. And then all of a sudden, when the nurse is putting the vaccine in my arm, we hear like snorting, and we're like, what? We turn to Jesus, and he's over there, and he's like, basically he was convulsing and snorting, and he was super pale, and his eyes were rolling at the back of his head like that. And then I'm in shock, and I'm like, this didn't happen the first time. And then I'm just watching, and all of a sudden he like flings himself with full force to the floor, and you can hear a crack, and I'm like, what? And so me and the nurse, we try to get him up, but he's like not himself, and then he like flings his arms, and then he hits me on the lip with his head, and he's like, whoa, what's happening? Like, that meme of SpongeBob where he's like in his woolly mammoth clothes, and he's like that was him. Yeah. And so the nurse is all like, get Brian. And Brian, I guess, is the pharmacist. He comes here, and Jesus is like getting up, and then he looks at Brian, and Brian, the pharmacist, is talking to him. And I'm over there, and I'm just in shock, and I'm like, what just happened? And then Jesus is all like, do I have anything on my head? And then I was about to tell him no. And then I see this. That's when I started crying, because then I thought that he was like internally bleeding. So Walmart calls the ambulance. The ambulance takes him away. Thankfully, he doesn't have any head injuries or anything like that, and he's all well. But basically, I'm just saying this because we've been going through a lot. I have decided that for my own mental health, I'm going to be taking a semester off, which means I have more time to clean the house and to cook and film videos. Oh no, it's Flower Boy. He's getting his power-ups. He's charging his hammer. Ah! I really miss this, guys, and I missed you guys. And I really hope to post some more content, especially a lot of people have been sending me things to review and products, and I can't wait to show you guys. I'm actually gonna film another video right now, but I'm gonna switch my whole outfit up so that you wouldn't even know unless you watch this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you can, get notified whenever I post a video, all that good stuff. Thank you. Okay, bye.